everybody. Today I'm in the Caleaf's house. Caleaf, thank you for invitation and the fresh juice that you made. It was super cool. I'm gonna ask you some questions for the interview that I make for Kazakhstan people. Caleaf, have you ever been disappointed in hip hop community?
Yes, I have.
Okay, tell us about it.
I've been disappointed. Well, from the standpoint that when this movement has become more like globally, like known globally, there was a lot of disinformation, and there was a lot of people for financial gain telling people. I would say they were saying lies. They and they didn't bother to go out to do their research to find out the truth. And then some of them, they're not true historians where they actually study their art forms. So, and that way, yeah, that's where I was very, very, very disappointed in the hip hop community in that way. And I think that affected a lot of people, affected a lot of people's pay margin. It affected the culture as a whole because it created this whole big dispute within the culture because certain people didn't have the proper information, and nor did they bother to seek out the people who had the information. And when they were around the people who had the information and what they were trying to tell them what the actual truth was, they didn't bother to listen until it was too late. And which means that everything got out of control, and then now here they come asking for the information that we were trying to give in the first place.
Okay,
So, yes.
do you think is there any chance to organize this information in a right way?
Well, I feel that we have. I feel that we have been trying to organize and give the proper information always. That's always been the thing for us. But as we've gotten older, we've kind of left forcing people because we were at the point where it gotta be this way. Whereas when we got to a point where whenever they're ready, they'll come.
Oh, okay.
Eventually they'll come because, I mean, it's like, what is it, the saying? We have an old saying, or maybe it's a saying in every country, you can't lead a horse to water. So eventually when the horse is thirsty, he'll eventually find the water because he needs it. And that's how I feel about the information, and that's how I feel about a lot of people who claim to know in the beginning, and then they gave out all this wrong information, and then we had to go clean up all that wrong information, and then eventually they end up coming back like, so can you help me? Can you tell me? And I'm like, sure.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Do you think there is such a thing as a racism? I believe, but I'm asking you.
Of course, there's racism on all levels, but when you say racism, it has a lot to do with more than just colors, right? It's also your financial status as well.
Okay.
Like racism and the people who are considered to be racist, it comes from their standing in society and how they help build their economics, right? So most of the people that are racist come from maybe people who owned slaves at one point, or they grew up in a house where they were told that they were better just because of who they are. So automatically they think that they're better without even knowing me or you or anyone else. And so, yeah, racism exists in all countries, on all levels. And I don't think that's something that'll ever change. And it's prevalent within the dance world.
Oh, wow.
For sure. You know.
How would so?
Well, for me, like I would hate if I went someplace that like my brothers have gone. Like so say that someone has brought Link out to go to a place.
Yeah.
Automatically they would automatically assume because he went and got KFC that I want KFC. They wouldn't ask me what I want. They're like, you hungry? I'm like, yeah, we got you some food. Wait a minute, I don't eat that. Or when Pete was here, when Link was here, they ate KFC. Don't you eat KFC? No, I don't.
Wow, wow.
That's an example. So we're all the same color, right? We're all Afro-American. So now all Afro-Americans want KFC
Oh wow.
because they ate KFC. That's a little racist for me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel. That's like me just offering somebody just because that's, oh, he ate watermelon? Maybe all of them eat watermelon. That might not be the case, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Thank you for this example.
yeah, that's just one. There's many. But I just use that one because it's simple and then people can kind of figure it out. You know, people automatically make assumptions because we're the same,
Mm-hmm.
you know, color. And like, oh yeah, he likes it, he likes it. No, we're all different. We do not all like the same exact things. There's a lot of things we like that are the same, but there's a lot of things that we like that are not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think that you accomplished all the things that you want to accomplish in your life?
I don't know. That's a difficult question because when you talk about life,
Let's talk about dance.
yeah. So when you talk, because I was like, when you talk about life, we don't know how long we're gonna live, how long we're here for, right? So, but I think up until this point, I'm satisfied with what I've accomplished. I've accomplished a hell of a lot more than I thought I was, especially in dance, because I didn't look at dance and it's something like something that was going to be my career. This is something that kind of happened, you know. I remember when Rosie Perez had a talk with me and she asked us, "Do you want to do this? Do you want to do this as a career?" And I remember I didn't hesitate. I didn't even look at him. I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, like at the same time, yeah. Like I didn't even think about it. All right. Yeah, no, that's what she said to us. She was like, all right. And then our life changed after that. After that moment, our life changed. It wasn't the same. It was like audition after audition after video after video after, like things just started materializing, you know?
Yeah.
And all she had to ask, because I guess for her, she was like, are you serious?
Yes.
That's what she was asking us. Are you serious about this? But this was like after we did the Diana Ross video.
And what was the hardest moment in your career?
The hardest moment in my career was when I stopped dancing for 2 years and I worked a regular job. And it wasn't hard for me seeing my boys on the TV dancing with Mariah, and I was at home with my family.
That was like 90.
It was in between 1993, so from 1990, 94 and 95, excuse me, I didn't really do like dance videos or anything.
Okay.
I was mainly rapping, so we got to see each other, but during that time, like Stretch and Link were like out a lot.
Yeah.
With Mariah, they were doing a lot of stuff. So I remember sitting at home, seeing the Soul Train Awards, seeing different things, and like, there they go, there's my boys, and I'm at home like, I gotta go to work tomorrow, you know.
Yes.
So that for me was a hard.
Okay.
But you know, at the same time, they say when times are hard, there's other things that develop. So that made me get more into music.
Yes. You do music.
Yes.
Do you think that you ever will stop doing music?
No.
Okay. And what your music is about?
It's about a lot of things. But when I make music, I'm very. It goes according to my mood. So when I make music, I try to like go according to feeling. So if I'm feeling happy, then that's how the track will sound.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling sad, or if I'm angry, or if I'm upset, then the track is gonna resemble my feelings at the time. And it's the same thing too when I write.
Yeah.
I'm that way. So I'm more like very sensitive and emotional in a sense, and this is what I try to put into the music, because I feel like sometimes the way I'm feeling, there might be somebody out there that's feeling the same way. It might touch them in a certain way, and maybe it won't, maybe it will. But that's my approach to music.
And if dance and music wasn't for music, what would you be now?
if there was no dance, and if I didn't dance like
If
professionally
you didn't dance
and do
and
music?
for music, because you do this for music, right?
I do it for the love of music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So if there was no music, what would you do?
I probably would be coaching football.
Coaching football.
Yeah,
Wow.
but I mean, music will always exist, right? Because you got your heartbeat, right?
Right.
So that just that beat alone is some form of music, right? Because it's a part of music.
Yeah.
So I think you listen out the window, you hear birds going by, they're singing. That's a form of music. So there's always some form of music in your life. It just depends on how do you want to classify and define music.
Okay. Now, what can hip hop culture teach people?
Well, for me, it's a way of life, right? And
Yes.
I think it teaches you a lot, right? I think Africa Bambaataa said it best when he simplified it, when he said peace, unity, love, and having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, that was just one part of what it meant for me, like when I went to a jam, because that's where this whole experience really started, as far as my first-hand experience to the hip-hop culture. What did I see? I saw friends and family and cousins, aunts, uncles, and other people's friends, aunts, uncles, all everybody come together and gather and have like a mini festival that happened in one day, that happened for maybe a couple of hours, where we all came together and we danced to music.
Yeah.
And so what it taught me was that this is a place that we could come and gather that was safe, right? Because at first this is how it was, it presented. It was safe, it was fun, we had fun, but then there were other elements that took place. Oh, sometimes this can be safe, it could be fun, but then sometimes it might not be safe. Sometimes that somebody might come with bad energy, and then there might be a fight, someone might get shot, you know, like, but the thing is that from that, we ended up coming back again, you know, so yeah, you also got to see how information was being exchanged. So all the new dances I learned at the jam.
Okay.
I go to the jam, there was always somebody doing whatever the latest step was out. Yo, this is the what's the name? The Patty Duke. And you see everybody, yo, you know how to do it? Like, nah. Then you stand on the side, you watch them, and then next thing you know, you trying to do it. This is the happy feet. You try it, and now you're doing it. So those are two dances. This is the rock. This is the baseball. You know, this is the way I remember seeing and learning a lot of dances and stuff that was going on. Seeing the latest fashion.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That you know, how people were dressing, the latest sneakers. You know, the flyest haircuts.
Yes.
You saw all of this stuff at those events that happened. So.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to turn on the voice recorder. Next question. Is there any projects people can expect from you in this year?
We're working on an album.
Okay.
So I'm in the process of mixing it down.
Who's
Moptop. That's myself, Buddha Stretch, and Henry Link. Yeah. So they're in the process of mixing down the Moptop album.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna be releasing some stuff this year as well.
Music stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. Album or songs?
Probably an EP.
Yeah. All right. What is your biggest blessing?
My kids.
Ooh. That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my biggest blessing. I thank God for giving me 3 healthy adults. You know, my 2 sons, Caleaf and Kai, and my daughter Summer.
Yeah.
They're my everything.
All right. And my last question for you, Caleaf. Who were you inspired by when you were a kid?
In regards to dance, my mom. That woman that's dancing right there in that picture, you see a guy with his arm sticking out, and then
Yes.
there's a lady in the living room, she's dancing.
Yes.
That's my inspiration right there.
Here?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then she's also in between me and my brother up there. But that was when I got married back in '97. Yeah, that's my biggest inspiration.
Okay, thank you, Caleaf, for your time, for your sharing. It's a big pleasure to do interview with you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Can I